A very good day to you, children. Today again I am taking two chapters together in grammar, children. Chapter 10, that is objects of the verb, and chapter 11, that is your transitive and intransitive verbs. And why I am taking these two chapters together? Because these two chapters are based on verbs and also these are in continuation. Okay, so first let me explain you chapter 10, that is objects of verbs. Okay, so a sentence is incomplete without a verb. You know what a verb is. A verb is an action verb. Okay, if I say he took the ball, which is the verb here? The verb is took. Which is the subject here? The subject is he. Okay, and which is the object here? The object is the ball. Okay, so object is the word which gets affected by the action of the verb. Okay, the verb affects the object, that is he took the ball. Okay, so the ball is the object. Okay, in some sentences, children, there are, instead of one, there are two objects. For example, she gave me a pencil. Okay, so she is your subject, gave is your verb, and there are two objects. One is me, the other is the pencil. She gave me a pencil. Now the verb is affecting the word the pencil. The action of the verb is affecting the word the pencil. So that becomes your direct object. Okay, and the pencil is affecting me. She gave me a pencil. The pencil is affecting me, so that becomes your indirect object. So indirect object always gets affected by the direct object, and the direct object always gets affected by the action of the verb. Okay, so like this you can identify it. The other way to identify it is indirect object is always, children, a living thing. Okay, it is always a living being, and direct object can be a living, it can be non-living also. So that is the best way to identify. Okay, suppose I say she gave him a good reply. Okay, so gave is the word, good reply is your direct, and him is your indirect object. So here again in this sentence we are having two objects. So one is your direct object, the second is your indirect object. So this way you can identify the direct and the indirect objects. So these are called your objects of the verb. Okay, direct object and the indirect object. Okay, so this is all about your chapter 10. You go through all the exercises of chapter 10, and if you find any doubt, we can definitely discuss it. The assignment is also based on these two chapters only. Go through the notes very properly. The second is your, children, the chapter 11 is your transitive and intransitive verbs. So what are transitive and intransitive verbs? Okay, so the verb which has an object in a sentence, that verb is called your transitive verb, and the verb which doesn't have an object, that is called your intransitive verb. For example, the child cries. Okay, so here the child is your subject, cries is your verb. Do we have an object here, children? The child cries. Is there an object? No, there is no object over here. So when there is no object, children, such verbs are called your intransitive verbs. Okay, the action of the verb is not affected anywhere. Okay, so that is called your intransitive verb. If I add one more word, the child cries loudly. Again, there is no object here. Okay, so here cries is your intransitive verb. And second one, my mother cooks food. Which is the verb here? Cooks is the verb here. Okay, and is it affecting any word in the sentence? Yes, it is affecting the word. It is affecting the word food. So here my mother cooks food. Here cooks becomes your transitive verb. So it is very easy to identify them. The intransitive verbs will not have any object, and the transitive verbs will always have an object. Okay, like this you can identify. If I say Ram kicks the ball, so kicks is your transitive, intransitive. This is transitive. because the action goes to ball. Okay, the action of the verb is affecting the word ball. So here this kicks is your transitive word. If I say she smiles sweetly, so smiles is transitive or intransitive? Smiles is your intransitive because there is no object after that. Okay, so this is children transitive and intransitive words. So now you have come to know what are the direct and indirect objects in a sentence. A sentence may have direct object, and indirect sentence may have two objects. One is direct and indirect, and the second is the sentence might have only one object, and that object is obviously your direct object. Okay, so you have come to know direct, indirect object. You have come to know what are transitive and intransitive verbs. Transitive verbs will have object, intransitive verbs will not have object. Okay, so now what you have to do is you have to go through all the exercises. Don't think that if I have not told you to do the exercises, you will not do it. You have to go through all the exercises at the back of these chapters, and the ones which you find you are not able to do it, just circle it, and then when we have our WhatsApp doubt class, I'll be clearing your doubts. Children, I think this week or maybe by next week you'll be able to get your copies. Once you get your copies, do all the assignments that you haven't done. I think last assignment also you haven't done, so do it in your copy. And this time also, this assignment that I'm sending you, assignment number 12, children, that also do it in the copy. And one thing, make sure there is no need to do the notes in the copy. You just have to do only the assignments. Okay, so no need to do notes, because notes you always have it with you. Whenever you want to go through it, you can go through it. Just do the assignment part, because that from the assignment only I'll come to know whether you have understood the topic or not. Okay, so these two are very simple chapters. That is why I have taken them together. So do it properly. Thank you.